Hey, it's Steph. Thanks for watching today's video. I have another exciting one. It is a group collab called Bingo of Shame. This is a collab created by my friends DW and Andy. They will both be listed down below. DW's channel is Dub's Beauty Diary and Andy is on Makeup in the Mundane. They created this big group collab last year. This is the second year they are doing this, and it's basically a way to get use out of palettes that are getting neglected, maybe have zero use or very little use, and that's where the shame aspect comes into it because you have the palette but you're not using it. How shameful. Every month we do a different palette and you're supposed to randomize 5 to 8 shades and post your look on the 16th of every month. Some people also do YouTube videos, which I am doing, obviously. So I have randomized my shades ahead of time because I do not have this palette. We are using the Colourpop Misunderstood. This is a palette based off of Disney villains, and I'm not really a big villains girl, so, and also the color story doesn't really speak to me, but you can see it on the screen here. I am using a photo that I found online with swatches and the palette from blushingnoir.com, so I will have that linked as well. But I randomize the shades ahead of time so I could pick out my shades. So I will have the randomization on the screen right now. But if you're not familiar with my channel, I do mostly panning content, which means I am actively working through my collection, stuff I already own. I'm on my second No My Year in a row, so fun things like this help me use my collection in different ways. You know, instead of buying new palettes, maybe if I want this color story, I can just say I already have it in my collection and I don't need to buy something new. I also do this monthly video, and I like to do get ready with me's every now and then using my panning items so you can see how I use the items that I'm working on. If that sounds good, I hope you subscribe before you leave, and of course give this video a thumbs up, support the creators down below, and follow the hashtag Bingo of Shame to see what the other creators have made with their randomized color stories. I feel like I got pretty lucky with this one. It's very fall, so you know, we're in summer right now, but I mean, it could have been a lot worse. I do have a full face of makeup on except for my eyes, because obviously I want to create the eye look with you guys, but I'm going to explain where these shades come from in my collection. So to dupe the very first shade, it's a matte white called No Spots. I have very few matte white shades in my collection, and the first one that came to mind was from my Bella Beauty Bar Smoky Glam palette, and it is the shade on the bottom left hand corner called Lace. Right here. So that top swatch that you can barely see is Lace. The second eyeshadow in the palette, it's not the order that I randomized, but it's just easier to talk as I'm looking at the picture, is called Mongrels, which I think both of those are from 101 Dalmatians, Cruella. Mongrels. My dupe is here. It's like a champagne shimmer, and I'm just going to use my little single eyeshadow from Natasha Denona. This is the shade called Flutter. Such a beautiful shade. And then the third shade here, the gold, is called Pain and Panic in the Colourpop Hello. In the Colourpop palette, it's called Pain and Panic. I actually had to layer a couple of things to get this like rich but still kind of yellow shade. And at first I was going to use the shade from Sydney Grace called Kite Flying. It's in my single eyeshadows project that I just introduced, and I swatched it out on my hand and it was very like bronzy gold, and instead of taking it off, I just layered a gold shimmer from my Child palette It is the shade The Force, and it's this yellow gold. So this, why is my camera struggling? This does not have like as much pigment and as much base as the swatch looks in the photo from Blush and Noir. And there is still some like richness and gold, like brassiness. So I thought layering those two shadows gave me like the perfect dupe. This fourth shade, the green, is not exactly either. It's the shade Facile or Facile. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it is a beautiful, it's very neutral green. It doesn't lean warm, it doesn't lean cool, and if you guys are not familiar with my channel, most of my collection is cool toned, so looking for like a neutral green was kind of hard. So I picked this from Sydney Grace as well. It is the shade Keep It Fun, and I think it'll still give the vibes, you know. I probably could have pulled a different Sydney Grace green. It's like Mountain Pine, but it was like lighter in value. I felt like this was pretty deep green, and I wanted to capture that. And then the very last one is 101, which is a matte black. So I'm just going to pull from my Smoky Glam again since I have it out. And I use the shade Smoked Out right here. So I actually have not thought about what I'm going to do. Okay, I feel like putting a pop of color on the lower lash line is like a go-to for a lot of people, but I never do that. I don't know why, and I'm going to do it today. Okay, from Makeup Lens calls it the dumpster fire. If there's a shadow that you don't know what to do with, just throw it on the lower lash line. It doesn't matter, but I feel like it makes sense with this color story, so I think I'm going to do that. But I don't have a matte for like the transition. So I'm going to see how this shade, like kind of like a one and done, blend it all over my lid and then into my crease. So we're going to try that. I'm going to zoom you in and I will get started on creating the look. Okay, I didn't zoom you in like as much as I do for Pano's eyeshadows. Hopefully that is okay. I did already set my lid, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this white. I might do like a matte inner corner because I usually do a shimmer, but then what would I do with this? Maybe put it on the center of the lid? I don't know. I don't know yet. This is a little challenging, but I'm going to start off straight off the bat with that gold on my lid. Let me find a mirror. Okay. Baby Yoda's got my back with the mirror. And I'm just going to take that Sydney Grace gold all over my lid. And I'm going to bring it up to my crease a little bit. Because I do have slightly hooded eyes, so I do want to see a little bit of that when my eye is open. Really need to do my nails. I haven't done my nails in a while. Life has been a little bit busy lately, just because of summer and different like house projects. So now to get that true like yellow gold, I'm going to top that with the Force from this child palette. I'm just going to do it all over as if it's one shade, because I'm trying to match one shade. So I am going to bring it up into the crease just like I did the more bronzy color. I really like doing these Bingo of Shames just because it's a way to get a little more creative with my collection, especially when I have to dupe a palette. And I feel like, I don't know why, but I feel like my collection is a lot different than most of the panners that I see, and so I feel like I'm gonna have to dupe like most of the Bingo of Shame palettes, which is fine with me. It just makes me think a little harder. I wonder what will happen when I blend that out. I'm just gonna take a clean, fluffy brush. Is this clean? Let's make sure it's clean. And so I have nothing on it, and I'm just gonna blend the edges out a little bit. I had to make a ton of phone calls today for work, and it scared me. I get really nervous calling, like cold calling. It was for like interviews, we're hiring, and so I had to call these people, and of course hopefully they're expecting a call from us, obviously, but it always makes me nervous right before I have to call somebody, even when it's part of my job. Next I'm gonna put that white in the inner corner, because what else am I supposed to do? Just brighten it up a little bit. It is a pretty pigmented white. I might top it with the shimmer too. We'll see. Did that do anything after I blended it out? I think so. And then let's just I'm going to take the champagne-y shimmery color, and I'm going to put that on the center of my lid, just for a little highlight, little spotlight. It's almost like a halo eye. Almost. I feel like you don't really see it that well. And I guess I'll do the green on the lower lash line. I still have to do the black too. So let's do the black. I'm just gonna deepen out the outer corner, and maybe smoke out. Ooh, I need to use, I brought my Ulta eyeliner in the shade Matte Charcoal because I need to use this for a project. I'm terrible at remembering to use this, which is crazy because I tried to finish it last year, and so I was using it all the time, but apparently I just can't this year. I don't know. Forgive me for tugging on my eye. Just gonna throw a little bit here just to kind of thicken my lash line a little bit, because I'm gonna go over that with the black anyway. I just have to use that. Let's go in with the black from my Smoky Glam palette. Oh, reflective. I feel like the black in the Colourpop palette, oh, I have an eyelash, wasn't that pigmented, so I'm not gonna like go all in with this. I'm just gonna smoke it out a little bit. I really do like doing a darker outer corner because it elongates my eye and gives it a little more shape. I just really like the shape it gives my eyes. And take it down just like the outer half. I feel like I'm rushing. I'm rushing this. I'm going to take that same blending brush that has nothing on it that I used before and just blend that a little bit. I don't know if it really needs it. And now, what brush should I use for the green? I haven't been telling you what brushes I'm using. I'm just going to use this from Profusion. It's like a flat shader brush. And I'm going to go in with that green color and put it on the lower lash. Using my viewfinder. probably not the best. Oh, yep, because I got it in my eye. Did you guys see that happen? Because you're so close? There is glitter all over my face. Ooh, smoky. Should I put... I feel like I always need a shimmer in my inner corner. I just love the way it like brightens up the inner corner, so I'm gonna have to do that. I know I'm just kind of covering up that white, but the white acts as a base, you know? And if I keep using this shade as an inner corner, it's gonna hit pan in like no time. Yeah, look at that. Look at the difference. I'm wondering if I should bring it in more. Or I'm just gonna intensify. I should have put a glitter glue down because that is falling all over my face. Good thing I'm not going anywhere. I actually really need to go to the grocery store. There's glitter all over my face. Yes, okay. Let's do mascara. I currently have the Tower 28 little mini Make Waves mascara. I'm not super impressed with this mascara, but if I build it up at least 2 coats, it looks pretty okay. I don't think I like the shape of the wand, how it's like upturned like that. Then I have to be really precise on what side I'm using. And I don't really want to think that hard when I'm using mascara. Put a little bit on my lower. I really do like that green on my lower lash line. I feel like I should do that more often, but I never do. It's a pretty quick video. If I pick the shades ahead of time, I know some creators randomize live, like on camera, and then they go off and pick their shades, but I don't have time for that at this stage in my life. My toddler is sleeping, and I just never know when he's gonna wake up, so I gotta take advantage of the time that I have. Yeah, I really like it. I think it's really pretty. I kind of stay away from gold too, because it's just not what I gravitate towards, but I really like it. So I'm going to zoom you out and you can see everything together. Okay, it's a little smoky for this summer day, but I mean the green kind of goes with my dress a little bit, not really. I think the bronze is kind of summery, so let me know what you think, how I did, what you would have done with these shades. It's a reminder of the color story. Yeah, I feel like I've been getting really lucky with these randomizations lately. So hopefully my luck will not run out. If you enjoyed, give this video a thumbs up, and of course, check out Andy and DW down below, as well as all the other creators participating in this month's Bingo of Shame. I hope to see you all in my next one. Bye.